Alright, what's up everybody? It's your boy Akeen again, continuing things with week 10 of the 2014 NFL fantasy season. For this vlog, I'm here to talk about the players at wide receiver whom you should bench and start for this week. Now I'm going to start things off with players that you should start at wide receiver, and I'm going to start things off with a player who's been out of the radar in recent weeks and a number one receiver that many had in mind. Julio Jones of the Atlanta Falcons. Where has Julio gone? Where can he be? He's been struggling in recent weeks, and this week he's playing against Tampa Bay. I told you guys to start on Matt Ryan, and I think that Julio Jones will give you a big performance in this matchup against that Bucs defense. Next player that you should start at wideout, Larry Fitzgerald of the Atlanta Falcons. Now he has been up and down this season, but in recent weeks he's been doing pretty good, and the Rams have been struggling against wide receivers. I think this could be a good matchup for you guys to go right ahead and start Larry Fitzgerald against that Ram defense. Now, I mentioned Julio Jones of the Atlanta Falcons. I think that a good sleeper this week is Vincent Jackson of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they play Atlanta Falcons this week. I think because he's been struggling this season due to the quarterback issues, he only has 22 catches for 318 yards. But I think he's a good a player for you guys to start this week, a good sleeper. I think he could give you at least 13 points in this matchup. Lastly, Martavis Bryant out of the Pittsburgh Steelers. This week they're playing against the New York Jets, and in the past 2 weeks, Bryant has been performing brilliantly as a rookie wide receiver, and he's definitely proven that he's the number 2 receiver behind Antonio Bryant in that receiving core. I think he'd be a good, excellent player in the future for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Players that you should bench this week, I'm going to start with Mike Wallace of the Miami Dolphins. This week they're playing against Detroit. Mike Wallace only posted up 5 points last week. That was a little bit disappointing. He's going to be playing a tougher defense against Detroit. I'm really disappointed in Mike Wallace. Ultimately, throughout the season, he's been consistent as giving you some double-digit points. But when is he going to have that breakout performance? Not that 20-point performance that you guys kind of want, but the 30-point performance that we all see in Mike Wallace. But we're pretty much disbelieving in this particular player. He's not really been living up to the contract as a true star wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins. He's going to struggle this week against that Lions defense. Another player that you should definitely bench this week, I'm going to go with Alex Hearns of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, there's some question between Alex Hearns and Allen Robinson. I think you should bench Alex Hearns. Now, he did have 2 20-point performances this week in week 1 of this season, and last week when he posted 23 points. But he's been very inconsistent. He was out of the radar in the weeks in between. Now, due to the big performance, people have been picking him up from his performance last week. But Allen Robinson has been getting more of the targets, and he is the favorite for Blake Bortles. So if you had to choose between these 2 wide receivers, I would go with Allen Robinson because he is that number 1 target for Blake Bortles so far this season. He actually leads the team and passes are targeted towards him. And another player that you should bench, Doug Martin of the Seattle Seahawks. They're playing against the New York Giants. I thought I had a little bit of high hopes in him, but I actually lost faith in this particular wide receiver. He's not really number 1 material, but I did told you guys to go right ahead, start Russell Wilson this week in fantasy play at the quarterback position. Another player that I'm a little bit concerned about is Andre Holmes out of the Oakland Raiders. Now, he had a couple of decent games this season, but he's been a little bit up and down. He's been playing against the Denver Broncos. He should struggle this week. Now, I'm going to catch you guys a little bit later on today. I have 2 more blogs to talk about, my tight end video as well as the defense video for this week of the fantasy football season. I'll see you guys then. Thank you for watching this blog from the Football Source. I'm your man, Akeen McCall. Be easy.